All right, let's jump right into it. On the surface, running seems so simple, doesn't it? I mean, it's just you, the road, gravity doing its thing. But what if I told you there's so much more going on? This simple, basic act can actually change, everything about how you think and feel.
So let's just be real for a second. For a lot of people, maybe even you, this is the first thing that pops into your head. The whole idea of lacing up your shoes and hitting the pavement, it feels less like a choice and more like a punishment, you know? And you're not alone in thinking that. This idea is super common. The source material we're looking at today just hits the nail on the head, calling it a grueling chore to burn calories. It's like this transaction, right? You run so you can have that dessert, or maybe to fit back into those old jeans. But what if that's not the whole story? What if we're only scratching the surface here? Okay, so let's tackle this perception head on. Is running really just a chore, or is there something deeper going on just beyond that initial burn?
Okay, but here's the twist. For the people who stick with it, who push past that initial feeling of, ugh, why am I doing this? Something flips. It stops being a punishment. Instead, it becomes this conversation between your mind and your will. It's almost like a negotiation with your body, a kind of moving meditation.
So let's move beyond just burning calories and dig into what truly keeps people coming back to the road.
Look, we all know about the physical perks. You get a stronger heart, your bone density increases, your cardiovascular system gets a major upgrade. These are the things you expect, right? They're kind of the price of admission to the world of running. But, and this is a big but, that's not the main event. Not even close. You can almost say the physical stuff is just the warm-up. The real transformation, the one that sticks with you, happens up here in your head. And that brings us to this incredible concept, resilience. Running is basically a masterclass in learning how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know that moment when every part of you is screaming to stop, but you push through for just one more minute, one more block? That's it. That's building mental armor. And that strength doesn't just stay on the road. It follows you everywhere. This mental side is so huge, we've got to dive deeper. Let's talk about the Minds Marathon and the incredible chemical changes that running actually triggers in your brain. So you've probably heard of the runner's high, right? For decades, we all thought, oh, that's the endorphins kicking in. And yeah, that was the story. But it turns out the science has moved on. While endorphins are part of the picture, they aren't the main characters. The real stars of the show, they're a whole different group of chemicals. Say hello to endocannabinoids. Yeah, it's a mouthful. But these are mood-improving chemicals that your body actually produces on its own, especially during a run. They're what's really responsible for that amazing feeling of calm, that drop in anxiety you feel after you're done. This is the source of that mental reset we're all searching for. And it doesn't stop there. Think about the rhythm of running. Left foot, right foot, breathe in, breathe out. That steady pace does something incredible. It quiets down that loud, overthinking part of your brain. And when that happens, it gives your subconscious the space to work its magic. This is why you hear so many runners say their best ideas, their aha moments, happen when they're out on the road. All right, so now we know the why, let's get into the how. How do you actually get started with running safely and in a way that you'll actually stick with? Before we jump into the steps, I want you to focus on just one number, 10%. Seriously, if you remember nothing else from this part, remember this. It is the absolute golden rule for staying injury-free and actually building a habit that lasts. Okay, so here are your first 4 steps to getting started the right way. First up, invest in your feet. And I mean it. Don't just pull out any old sneakers from the back of your closet. Go to a proper running store. Get fitted. This is your #1 defense against injury. Step 2, that 10% rule we just talked about. This is where so many people go wrong. They get all excited, do way too much, way too soon, and boom, they're injured. The rule is simple. Never, ever increase how much you run in a week by more than 10%. Third, you've got to embrace the walk-run method. Seriously, it's the smartest way to build up your endurance. And finally, and this might be the most important one, find your why. Why are you doing this? Is it for your mental health, to relieve stress, to prove to yourself you can do it? Knowing your purpose is the fuel that's going to keep you going when your motivation starts to fade. Okay, let's bring it all home and talk about the bigger picture, what we can call the finish line philosophy. You know, when you think about it, running really seems like a solitary pursuit, doesn't it? It's just you out there with the road, the weather, and whatever's going on in your head. But here's the beautiful, kind of crazy thing about it. That very solitary act is what connects you to this massive global community. Whether you're the person jogging slowly through the park or an elite athlete finishing a marathon, you're all part of the same tribe. You're all sharing in that same simple, powerful motion. I love this quote from the source material. It calls running a defiant act of forward momentum. And that's exactly what it is, isn't it? It's so much more than just exercise. It's a symbol of progress. It's a conscious choice to just move forward, one foot in front of the other, no matter what else is going on.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? Running isn't about punishment. It's not about being perfect. It's a tool. It's a tool for building resilience, for finding clarity, and for connecting with a part of yourself you might not even know is there. So really, the only question left is, are you going to answer? The road is waiting.